person in your character. You're not going to have any highlights in your life, any trophies of your life. And above all, you're not going to be able to please God and persevere in your faith. Tough times are not about quitting. Tough times are supposed to draw you closer to God. But what do? We draw further away from God. Number 4, if you're going to persevere, you need to be persistent even when you fail. I want to cut you some slack here. And I want you to understand that this is very good and this is very motivating. Okay? You ready for this? This is going to shock you. Here it is. I want everybody to look at it. You're going to fail. And more than once. Your life is not going to be a clean sheet, a good record. You're going to fail. You're going to make poor choices. You're going to make bad decisions. And you're going to fail. And I want you to know something. Because you fail doesn't mean that you cannot persevere. When you fall, it doesn't mean you can't continue the race. And you need to be persistent even when you fail, because you are going to fail. You are going to fail. You are going to mess up. You're going to make poor choices. But life doesn't end there. I don't know who said this. I don't know if it was Michael Jordan or one of these big athletes. He said, it's not about how many times you fall, but the times you get back up. And you're going to fail. Check this out. Check this out about Noah. In Genesis chapter 9, go to chapter 9 and verse 20 and 21. After the flood and all that stuff, after the water came down, and Noah and his son's wives were able to go out, this is what Noah did, okay? After the flood, Noah became a farmer and planted a vineyard. One day, he became drunk on some wine he had made and lay naked in his tent. Okay, check this out. I didn't even find that kind of word, but check this out. Here is the man who God said that was righteous, that was good. I mean, everybody was bad but Noah. But then one day, Noah made a poor choice, and he drank some wine, and he got so drunk that he laid naked in his tent. And one of his sons came to his tent, and he saw that his dad was naked, and he exposed it. In other words, if Noah and his son lived in our times, this is what he would have done, what Noah's son would have done. He would have taken a picture and put it up on Facebook and be like, look, my dad, he's drunk and he's naked. Here's the guy who was righteous, who found favor. He was drunk. He messed up. He failed. But you know what? Noah didn't quit there. Noah didn't give up there. Life equals risk. And risk, have the risk of failing or succeeding. And if you're going to persevere, you're going to fall. And I want you to know something. Jesus knew that you were going to fail. Jesus knew that you would fall. And you want to know the awesome thing about that? Is that because he knew it, that's why he died for you, so that you could get back up, so that you could continue. But you have to learn to persevere. One last thought, and I'll end with this. You can put this down in your outlines. One last thought. For Noah, and it's in your outlines, God was pleased, and he gave him a promise. God was so pleased with the perseverance of Noah that he gave him this promise. And it's so cool because you and I still see the result of Noah's perseverance, of Noah's faith, of Noah's consistent walk with God. And you know what that is? Check it out. Genesis 9, 12, and 15. And God said, I am giving you a sign as evidence of my eternal covenant with you and all living creatures. I have placed my rainbow in the clouds. The rainbow, I know that homosexuals have taken the rainbow as their flag. But listen, way before they took it, God gave it to Noah. And he said, listen, I was so pleased that this is the sign I'm going to give you. And you see rainbows. And some of you guys try to go look for the pot of gold that doesn't exist. But God gave Noah a rainbow. And he said, I'm so pleased, I'm so happy that this is the sign. It is a sign of my permanent promise to you and to all the earth. When I send clouds over the earth, the rainbow will be seen in the clouds, and I will remember my covenant with you and with everything that lives. Never again will there be a flood that will destroy all life. Noah made a significant impact in your life because he persevered, because he was faithful. God said, I'm never ever, no matter how bad it gets, I'm never going to destroy people with water again. And every time it rains, you see the rainbow as a promise that God will never ever do what he did once. And all because a man was persistent and followed his faith. Now, what does that mean for you? And I want to ask you this question. You can fill this out. You have to ask, is God pleased with my faith and life? I mean, if God were to look down right now, would God count me as a part of the evil people, or would he be pleased? Would I find favor in him? And here's the question that I want to ask you. Are you ready to persevere in your faith? Are you ready? And I think this is a perfect sermon right before camp. Because I think everybody's looking forward to camp, and everybody's looking forward to Saturday, and everybody's looking forward to the presence of God. But here's the thing. What if you decide now? What if you don't have to wait till God touches you? What if you don't have to wait till you are in his presence? What if you don't have to wait till God works his magic? What if you start now and you say, you know what? I'm going to make myself a promise, and God a promise, that I'm going to persevere. And when I go to camp, I'm going to receive everything God has for me. And even when camp is done, I'm not going to quit. And there's going to be tough times that are going to come. I mean, people are going to start making fun of you. Oh, really? You changed all of a sudden? You were just a hood rat last week. You were just a cusser last week. You're a thief. Dude, look, those headphones you have, you stole them. And you need to tell me that you're going to change in 1 weekend? I mean, what, to give you a pill or what? But listen, we have to be righteous because of him. We cannot base our decision on what others do, but we have to be righteous because of him.